Hello, and welcome back to another episode of What is Newin on Melgar Media. Today we're going to be covering a couple of sci-fi editions, shows, and one Halloween series coming out by Rob Zombie that I'm pretty sure everyone has seen at least one or two images of. And then a retelling of a really amazing rescue that they already done a documentary of, I believe, last year on Disney Plus called The Rescue, and this one will be called 13 Lives, and it'll be a theatrical version of it. But we'll start off today with the series Andor, which will be starring Diego Luna and Genevieve O'Reilly reprising their roles from the really great film Rogue One. I thought that it was kind of underrated at first, but it is starting to shine more and more as people have now gotten a solid dose of what Disney has to offer. Film-wise, this is definitely my favorite of the films that they have dropped so far. I really didn't know what to expect, knowing their fates at the end of Rogue One, but it seems that Disney Plus is really going all in and wants to turn, the storytelling of this just Star Wars wise on its head. And it's already confirmed for a second season, even though it hasn't premiered as of yet, which it will be premiering in August. And it'll be 12 episodes each. So they are really just going to go into how the rebellion came about and the deeds that it had to go to reach the point that we see where Luke is able to now, use his lineage as a major turning point in the story. So I am really excited, and I think that Disney Plus is starting to listen to fans a little bit more and getting a little bit more serious with the shows, as we just saw with the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. They promoted a certain way, and then it was kind of a bait and switch. It's not that I didn't enjoy the content. I just felt like there is so much that you can break down that to kind of create new characters and things like that in an already packed full of source material and characters from the lore. It just kind of threw it off a little bit. So I think that they're in this new content that they're going to create. They're going to jump into the grittiness because they saw how well Rogue One was perceived in that sense. And I just thought that it really covered a really full-rounded grasp of the wars that went on behind the scenes and the secret missions and ops that went on that you didn't see in the bigger silver screen movies. So I am intrigued to see this. I'm not going to get too much into it because I do as well a separate show with my buddy Boogie Bills, and we do all Star Wars content. But I just wanted to touch base on that as they're just putting out new promotions, especially with celebrations going off in D23 and San Diego Comic-Con upon us. We're bound to get some new images, footage, storytelling, behind the scenes type stuff. So I am looking forward to that. It does have looks like a really great stacked cast of some veteran actors, as well as Skarsgård. Again, I feel like I mentioned a member of their family in almost every episode that I do, but the fathers, Stellan Skarsgård, returning at least for an episode is what they're showing so far on IMDb and stuff like that. But the imagery, the trailer so far has that same kind of gritty hue that Rogue One had. So I am excited to see where that goes next, as I've repeated that at least 10 times. Anyway, we'll move right on to the next. And this one is a little bit more serious. As I said, it is the retelling of a rescue mission that is assembled in Thailand, where a group of young boys and their soccer coach are trapped in a system of underground caves that is flooding quickly. So it is a race against time. If you do get a chance, watch the documentary, because it's filmed scene for scene, like they filmed it kind of National Geographic style when it was going on. So this retelling for theatrics you really had to get some compelling actors because the story and the live footage that you saw was pretty enough for it to just be left alone. But it has the likes of Colin Farrell, Joel Edgerton, Viggo Mortensen, which you can't go wrong with Viggo Mortensen. If you know anything about Lord of the Rings, then you know. But it does have a full cast, and it seems like just some really, really thorough theatrical actors that are going to portray these heroes and characters really well. In the documentary, it's nail biting because you obviously not skimming to the end, and if you followed it when it was going on live, you know that it was a successful rescue, but the way that they went about it was kept under wraps a little bit at first because it was a very just intense and dangerous scenario, and they just had to come up with some really unorthodox ways to rescue these children, and people did perish during the rescue. Some real heroes out there, and I don't want to give away too much. Obviously, that's the basis of the story, but I think that they're going to give us a really commanding performance, and I see this one probably getting nominated for quite a bit of awards because the actual story and the actual heroes, they got a lot of praise and some of the highest awards given by each country. Also, to top it all off, it's directed by Ron Howard, so you know that he took really good care of it and is going to package this really nicely and respectably. That being said, we'll move right on to the next, which is another one that I'm looking forward to, and it's going to be a mini series on Netflix. It'll be the prequel series to The Witcher, and I know we've got animation ones already out, but this one's going to be called Blood Origin, and it has the likes of Michelle Yeoh in it, and then a whole entourage of newer characters. Lawrence O'Fiorin is going to be playing Fionn, and it is basically going to go back to an era that we haven't seen, where a lot of the Witchers, the first Witchers, were coming around. So the prequel Netflix series, The Witcher, set in Elven World 1,200 years before the show, centering around the origins of the first Witcher. So this will be, I think, a welcomed addition, and I think Netflix right now, with some of the stuff that they've already done, it's been hit or miss. So I think they're doubling down on the ones that they know are going to bring in the viewers. Sorry about the sirens going off. I mean, we'll just wait on that, right? Alert, Sean's doing a video. Get out there. But I think they're doubling down because, to keep the subscribers that they have, they really need to make it seem like they're an elite platform. So I'm not mad at it. I hope that they keep bringing out good content and they listen to the viewers and do more of this and less of that, because there are quite a few shows that I feel like that are out there that are a little bit of a money grab or a miss. I'm not going to I didn't do a review on the new Resident Evil, and I might not, just because I felt like that was definitely one that they kind of thought was going to make a lot of money, and it just hasn't panned out so well, and I wasn't really thoroughly enjoying it either. But here nor there, on to the next. We will discuss something a little bit lighter. I like to end the show with something light, so that when I'm saying goodbye, I'm not like, that was super serious. Sorry about that, guys. But I think everyone has seen Rob Zombie is coming out with a film, a rendition of the Munsters. A lot of people, I'm sure, watching this weren't around during the syndication of the Munsters back in the day, black and white. But I think that he's really trying to revive that feeling, and something a little more unorthodox for him, as he is really well known for his horror flicks and his reincarnations of some of the greats. I just think that this is going to be a fun, lighthearted, but at the same time edgy rendition of the Munsters. We'll see how it lands after it hits theaters, but with Rob Zombie, I'm going to give it a chance, because I watched him musically for years before he became a director, producer, even act, so I think that he always deserves at least a look. The cast is not a whole bunch of people that you recognize. It does have his wife playing Lily Munster, and then Daniel Phillips playing Herman Munster, Daniel Roebuck playing Grandpa Munster. And the list goes on. I am curious, as I said, to see how this lands, but I will watch it. It looks colorful, it looks bright, and I'm sure at some points they're going to go black and white to give you that real old school TV feel, Nick at Night type TV feel. But that's the show for today. Always fun chatting about new stuff, and there's just so much content, and I feel like in the world of entertainment right now, everyone is trying to remake, redo, or come up with their original stuff. So I'm here for it, and I'm going to be here to break it down when I do my reviews on what you're watching. But as always, take care of each other. Give each other hugs. Don't forget to smash a like below and subscribe and share this with your friends. Get my face out there. I want to be friends with your friends. And we'll talk soon. All right? Melgar Media out. Peace.